out of our selfishness, our narcissism, our materialism, our pursuit of our own personal selfish happiness. Understand that us becoming successful without desiring the success of others is a mere illusion of success. See, success is the ability, your success should multiply in you in such a degree where it affects others around you. If you have gained peace with Elohim through righteous living, you should desire peace with Elohim for others who are in the darkness of this world. Blessed, happy, prosperous are those pursuing peace, for they shall be called the sons of Elohim. They shall be called the sons of Elohim. See, this is a standard of your sonship, of your identity as a kin, as being akin to Elohim. These superficial identities related in the way we dress, and what synagogue we go to, and what rabbi or pastor we're under, whether or not we have a social life that is acceptable to those of the flesh. I can care less what you think about my social life. There are things I do that you might not do. My concern is, do I keep the commandments of Elohim according to the power of the Spirit and the will of the Father that is revealed through the Spirit? This is how I examine myself. I don't examine myself based upon the criticisms of the carnal mind, because the carnal-minded will criticize you because they want to conform you into their image. I'm trying to be conformed into the image of the one who created me. And when that becomes your pursuit, to have that peaceful relationship with Elohim, then you can look in the mirror and you will see a son of Elohim. You can look in yourself and you can see that desire to fulfill the will of your Father, to carry on the will of your Father and not the will of man and his carnality of religion, his foolish standards of religion that has done to this day in this country absolutely nothing in the redeeming of the community in this country, especially in the so-called black community. It's more decadence there than it is anywhere. More murder there than it is anywhere, and you got churches everywhere. How can you have so much of the power of Elohim in the name of your God, Jesus, but yet anywhere you take that name, you got more sin than anywhere else, because that name might not have the power you think it has. That name might be a fabrication of a true name that you need to convert to, which is the name Yeshua, bin ha-Elohim, HaMashiach. He is the son of Elohim, not that wooden image on the wall, not that picture on the wall, not that image of the carnal man that you have exalted to be a god. But Yeshua is the true Elohim and eternal life, the life-giving Spirit of the Father, who is able to work in your heart, purpose of fulfilling the will of the Father, which is your sanctification. So that Peter writes, sanctify Yahweh Elohim in your heart. And if you have the purpose of making holy Elohim in your heart and pursue it according to the knowledge of the Basara of Yeshua HaMashiach, and pursue it aggressively, pursue it to attain it, pursue it to fulfill it, then you can say, I am a son of Elohim, a birther of the divine nature within. I have escaped the corruption of the world and have led others into this peaceful relationship, because I have birthed within myself the love of Elohim through the obedience of the faith of Yeshua HaMashiach, and obedience unto the death of all sin, lawlessness, and transgression. And let me end it with this. In 1 John, for those who run around and say, I know the Lord. Well, here's the standard of knowing Yahuwah. And it says, 1 John 2, starting with verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him if. See, that's a condition. Not unmerited favor, but a condition, a merit. If we do what? We keep his commandments. He that said, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him. So I'll say this, and I hope it doesn't hurt your feeling, but if it do, any plant that's not planted by my Father shall be uprooted. That according to the word, if you're in a religion that tells you and that minimizes the commandments of Elohim as not being a need for you to embrace in your life for the purpose of knowing him, then you're being taught by a liar, by one who doesn't have the truth in him. Where it is written in Psalms 119, 141, your law is the truth. And in verse 152, in your commandments is the truth. Yahweh will not abolish the truth. Thus, he cannot abolish the Torah or his commandments. It is written in the new covenant promises that I will put my Torah in your mind and write it upon your heart. If the Torah is abolished, as the Goyim religion has suggested strongly, then the new covenant itself has been abolished, because the promise of the new covenant is to take that law which they say is abolished and engraft it in your heart and in your mind. For the law is holy, and your holiness will come through the obedience of that law. Your commandments is holy. Your holy will come through the obedience of those commandments. It is transferred through the obedience of the commandments being the vehicle through which Yahweh expresses his power in you for the conversion of your soul unto eternal life in Yeshua HaMashiach. Thank you for listening to this message. I hope you gain something from it, and I hope you will take with you that aggressive desire to pursue peace with Elohim and to share that peace with others. Shalom Aleichem.